Okay, I will go through um, debugging this. This is the um, task 1.2p SIT232. So this is the program that for numbers from 1 to n, and this code will print out a list of numbers divisible by 4 and not divisible by 5. So my screen wasn't able to capture the actual console. Like when I run this, it cannot, you cannot see the screen I'm seeing. Like I will enter 100 and it will list all the numbers excluding 40, which is both divisible by 4 and divisible by 5. And because of the condition that we set in the code, it's not printing 40, so I cannot see 40 in the list. So yeah, it's working. So I tried a couple of times and I wasted enough time to try configure it to show you the screen that I'm seeing. So I will just explain a bit of this code. So we have I'll start from here. We've declared the public class and put a name divisible for, and then the public static, the main function for running this program. So the program starts running from here, um, and the try catch block captures any unwanted input that is a different format. For example, if we are asking for integer and our user mistakenly put in alphabet or some character, it will capture that as format exception and it will print out this message here. So that's out of the way. So in our code here, I wanted to make sure that the user inputs something that we want for our um, loop. So the important part for this, the part for this code that does the work that we want is this for and if loop. This is the only 3 lines that make that print out the numbers that we want. But all these other lines up here are for checking that it is for quality check, kind of quality check for the input that the user is putting in. So the upper bound is the variable that when this prompt appears on the console, when this code is run, and it captures the input of the user with this read line method, and it assigns that input to this integer variable here up above, and then it checks if the number that is input by the user is less than 1. It prints out this message: please enter positive number. If it is equal to or less than 3, it prints out this message because we want to enter numbers that are divisible by 4 and up. So 3 and below do not make sense to us. And if it is above 100, it prints out this message because we want to limit the input to between um, roughly 1 and 100. So else, if everything else is passed through, we run the for loop. So we have this condition, the initial variable and the condition and the increment. So when it meets this condition, basically the upper bound and the number is below the upper bound or equal to or less than, it runs this for loop, and it makes sure it checks that we have these two conditions here separated by the AND operator here. It makes sure that the number is divisible by 4 with this modulus operator here, and the number is not divisible by 5. So in this case, if we input 100, it will skip 40, which is both divisible by 4 and 5. So because of this condition here, and it will write down the numbers while it is going through the loop here. So yeah, that's basically the code, and I will just I'll just run this part here. Otherwise, just run the debug here for those two. I'll go up here, and then I'll input. Um, I'm sure you cannot see my screen, but I'll just do. I'll just do 20. I'll just do 20 and press enter, and we'll see. I just want to make it quick. We'll go to step over. Currently, the value of number is 0, as you can see there. If I go there, now it's 1, and it's showing here. It is showing down there as well. So if we step over, actually, I want to do the step in, step into here. The value here is still 1, and then we go to the loop. So it doesn't run that yet because the value of number is still 1. It is 2 now. It's 3 now. I just fast forward it. It's 4 now. So when it's 4, it's divisible by 4. So it's 4 here as well. It's 5 now. Yes. So but it's going through that loop, and it's printing all the numbers in a list, in a vertical list, that are divisible by 4 up to 100 or less than 100 up to 98. So yeah, so the code basically removes or makes sure that, like I mentioned, it does a bit of quality check here, make sure that the user is inputting the input that we want for our important part of the code here. So that is basically it. This part, like I mentioned, captures anything that the if statement above doesn't catch, and it prints out this message here if the input is invalid, like alphabetic letter or some character. So that's all for this video, and thank you so much.